Just when you thought the pandemic was finally over and it was safe to cough in public again, you wake up one morning and surprise, surprise, it's World War III. And as if watching the slow and agonizing death of the manual transmission wasn't bad enough, now because some dictator flaps his wings in Russia, the nectar of life for your car goes up higher in price than the stratosphere. But before you grab your ankles and assume the position this summer at the gas pump, here are 5 tips for making every drop of gas in your tank count. Number 1, fill your tires with nitrogen. You believe in the American dream. And the American dream was the driving force behind the Declaration of Independence, which clearly states that all men are created equal. But that's a lie, because if we were all the same, then we would all be breathing the same air, and we're clearly not. Because I live in LA and my air is like 95% ozone layer and forest fires, and only about 5% actual breathable oxygen. The point is, not all air is created equal. And if you've been filling your tires with compressed air, then you might as well be burning $100 bills to stay warm at night. What you call air is mostly made up of 80% nitrogen and 20% oxygen. And that's the problem, because you see, oxygen, much like your ex, is very unstable, and it leaks out faster, leaving your tires flaccid and sad. Nitrogen, on the other hand, not only makes it seem like you went to school, but it's actually better at maintaining your air pressure even for a longer period of time. Also, if anybody asks if you've modded your car, you can say, yeah, I did the nitrogen mod. Boom, instant street cred. In layman's terms, air lacks the conviction to be 100% nitrogen. And if you want to save money at the pump, then ensuring proper inflation of your rubbers is key to racking up the miles instead of emptying your wallet. Unless you can find helium, then you should always fill your tires up with helium, because as we know, helium makes balloons float, which means it's lighter than air, and lighter than air is faster than light, and that means your car will be faster down the quarter mile. Gas savings. Number 2, launch your car at every light. Is it better to drive a fast car slow or a slow car fast? Honestly, nobody knows. What I do know is that if you want to make your gas go the distance, you're better off launching your car like you're on the juice instead of moping around tiptoeing the gas pedal. It is a well-researched, scientifically backed fact that slow acceleration leads to unplanned celibacy and ED. I mean, that's what I read. But if that ain't enough to scare you into seeing the light, let me break it down for you with some science. The shorter the amount of time that your foot is pressing down on the accelerator, the less fuel you use. So the quicker you can get up to your cruising speed, the quicker you can be off the gas. Basic volumetric efficiency 101. Just leave that there, huh? And if you still think that running your car at wide open throttle like you're leaving cars some coffee is somehow worse for your fuel economy, consider this. Your injectors are probably old and dirty, and they piss fuel in multiple streams just like you do in the morning. And your fuel filter is clogged way worse than your arteries. So fuel delivery is way less than it should be. That means you're running lean. And as we all know, lean means more air, less fuel, which automatically translates to, gas savings. And I'm waiting for your apology, because we're back full circle to me being right. Number 3, only fill your tank halfway. Now, with gas prices at an all-time high, you're probably already doing this. But I'm willing to bet there's a few of you who didn't grow up poor like me, moved to California, and ended up living in a tree. So you may be tickled when you pull up to the pump and you see the poor soul before you filled $9.85. But I'm here to tell you today that there's a silver lining in only being able to afford 3 digits at the gas station. Let's talk about weight. the enemy of performance, the enthusiast's worst nightmare, the Karen of handling. On average, 1 gallon of gasoline weighs around 6 pounds in the US. That may be more in Europe because of the exchange rate, but I don't have a passport, so I wouldn't know. And as the total weight of your gas tank goes up, the weight of your wallet goes down. Simply put, the less weight you move, the less load on your engine, the more efficient your car will run, and the more miles you'll be able to squeeze out of your tank. Let's use the world's best luxury sedan as an example. Enter the BMW E38. Not only is it drop-dead gorgeous, but it's also a fat girl, coming in at over 4,000 pounds. And as if that wasn't enough weight, it comes equipped with a 22-gallon fuel tank. That's almost an extra 140 pounds if you top off. Fill up halfway. Now, you're 70 pounds lighter. That's like doing an AC delete, a power steering delete, and removing a small dog from the trunk. Instant race car and much better fuel efficiency. So if you want your gas money to go the distance this summer, even if you won't, then remember that less is more. And living skinny at the gas pump means you're living large in MPEGs. Number 4, don't slow down. Say you're driving along enjoying the symphony of your cut muffler. Your dash is lit up like a Christmas tree, and your interior rattles and flexes more than an old pirate ship. Life is good. Then, up ahead, you see the light turn yellow. So you do the only sensible thing in your brain. You downshift, mash on the gas pedal, and send it like your license isn't expired. And while some may see that as reckless, I see a business-savvy entrepreneur who has unlocked the biggest gas-saving tip on this list. Never slow down. If Isaac Newton taught us anything, is that an object at rest tends to stay at rest, and an object in motion tends to stay in motion unless acted on by an unbalanced force. That unbalanced force, of course, being you after your girl left you and smashed your PS5 on her way out. What I'm trying to say here is that your only concern should be to stay in motion. The less you have to slow down and speed back up, the more constant your MPEGs will be. So, randomly pick a number on your speedo, set your cruise control to selfish, and get ready to save big. Dear old granny has to slow down to exactly 1 mile per hour before making a ride into that parking lot? Not your problem. Stay the course, fasten your seatbelt, and trust the process. Oh, school bus is dropping off kids? Well, if they haven't learned to look left and right at this point, it's kind of on them. Plus, life gets way tougher than that, so keep your foot off the brake. With that said, this may be a bit on the gray side of legality, but you have to remember that with great power comes great gas savings. I think Uncle Ben said that, and he's kind of like the father we all wish we had. Plus, he makes some really good rice. Number 5, install a turbocharger. Hey, I get it. You're a tough cookie. You're a tough sale. And if none of the other options on this list have given you a chubber so far, then maybe it's time to unload the nuclear option. The turbocharger, the ultimate spool of cool. Hey, it's no secret that turbocharging a car can make boatloads of power and even make a malnourished V6 think it's a girthy V8. But one awesome side effect of all this is the increase in fuel efficiency. Oh, you heard right. Throwing more air and fuel into the combustion chamber actually reduces fuel consumption, like we're in opposite day, by up to 30%. That's 1/3 of a baby seal that you will help save if you stuff an oversized snail under your hood and tune your car for minimum reliability. I understand if this seems too good to be true, or if the math is not adding up in your head. But the problem is, you're not thinking fourth dimensionally. So, allow me to explain with perhaps the only analogy that makes sense in this entire video. Let's say that you want to save money on the new iPhone, and when you get to the store, they rope you into one of those buy one, get the second one half off deals, and you ultimately end up spending more upfront, but you do save money on 2 phones. In much the same way, when you turbocharge your car, you use less gas, but you do so on the displacement of your now bigger engine, but you're immediately broke. And if the little side effect of increased fuel efficiency is a faster 0 to 60, reduce day-to-day reliability, perhaps a cooked head gasket and, I don't know, maybe cracked internals, then maybe you should consider investing in 2 turbos and then really racking up the fuel savings of an imaginary V10. And that's gonna do it for this video. Thank you so much for staying till the very end. As always, you know I appreciate you wholeheartedly. If you enjoyed the video, leave a comment down below, give it a thumbs up, share it with a friend, or consider subscribing. I don't know why I said that like that, but until next time, be good to each other.